Today we're going to learn how to use the program MackinVIA. MackinVIA is an online management system for all of our library's digital resources. To begin, you can go to your browser, type in imms.mackinvia.com. Because I was logged into my Google account, there was no need to sign in to MackinVIA with a username or password. MackinVIA recognizes all of our students and teachers' Google accounts. So if you are not logged into Google before you go to MackinVIA, it will not recognize your username or password. You need to first be logged in. So MackinVIA holds all of our electronic books, all of our databases, and we can even add websites and videos to the program. You will start off on the All Resources page. We are using the buttons on the left-hand side to navigate through the program. If you click on Home, this will give us just a synopsis of some of the latest and greatest items that are part of the MackinVIA collection. The All Resources, once again, tells us every single resource that is part of MackinVIA. Right now we have 194 and the list is growing. Every day we add a few more. Groups is just a way for us to take the resources that are already in MackinVIA and organize them by topic. Another thing we can do with groups is if a teacher is working on a certain project with their class or doing a certain unit and they need resources, we can create a group just for those resources, and those students can get into that group so they can find things that will only apply to their project or unit. So I'll just go real quickly to the biography group. We only have 7 titles in there. So these are actually all electronic books. Some of the groups may have electronic books, databases, and we can even add websites and videos to it. Next, MackinVIA organizes the resources into categories. So we have ebooks, which we have 166 of at the moment. Databases, where we currently have about 19 databases. And videos, which we only have 1 at the moment, and websites, where we have 8. We don't have as many websites and videos because those are not commonly password protected. So the only reason I would feel the need to add those to the MackinVIA would be if we wanted to add them to one of the groups. Okay, so let's go back to the ebook resources. So you will notice right now that we are in the picture view, so showing the front cover of the picture. On the left-hand bottom corner, there is a little icon. So these icons all mean something. If you see a little picture of a book, that means it's an electronic book. If you see a globe, that means it's a database. If you see a video camera, that means it's a video. And if you see a chain link, that means that it is a website. You can also go up over here underneath the magnifying glass, this little area that looks like little bullets, and that can change our view to include a blurb. You can toggle back and forth between the two. So the first thing I'm going to show you now that we are into the ebooks is how to navigate through an ebook. So you'll notice when you hover your mouse over it, you get an option to open now or to check out. We are just going to go to the open now of this pyramid book feature. So the nice thing about MackinVIA is it allows you to navigate through an entire book. You do not have to check it out to read the entire thing. So students could really use it to find their information and they wouldn't even need to check it out. To navigate through any of the electronic books, there are little arrows that you can go through. Some of the electronic books have a little play button down here, and this will allow you to do text-to-speech for
contents into the past, 4 gods among men.
So it's not real exciting speech, but if a student's having trouble reading a word or words, it can be very helpful. I'm just going to move our screen view over a little bit. You'll notice on the left-hand side, there are 3 lines. If you click on that, this will give us some options. You can close the book, which we're not going to do. Notebook we'll talk about in a moment. You can get a table of contents. Some of the table of contents are interactive. This one is not interactive. You can get book info. So if you just want basic information about the book. You can do a search. So if we wanted to search for information about Giza, we could just type that in and either hit return or enter or click on the magnifying glass, and it will give us any page in the book that has information that matches our search. We can even click on it and it will take you directly to that search. You decide you don't want to be on that page that you just searched into, you can click on the X over here and then go back to your 3 lines and you'll be back to your searches. You can click on the back button again to get over here again. It also does citations. So if you wanted to have a complete citation for one of the resources, at this point you have to just click on Go to EasyBib. Eventually you'll be able to just highlight and cut and paste into a Google Doc. So you just click on Go to EasyBib and it will actually create the citation for you. Just click on Create Citation and it will give you your complete citation. So this is where you could just grab it, copy it, and paste it into a Google Doc. Okay, so we're going to exit out of that. Okay. Another thing you can do is MackinVIA has a highlighting feature and a note-taking feature. So you can just highlight something, and then once it's highlighted, you just click and you get this little tiny menu. Okay, you can change the colors, you can change it to underline, you can add a note. So this is where you would add a note. Oops. Okay, and then you click on this little disc picture, and there's my notes. Okay. There is also a dictionary feature. That's this little, looks like a card with the letters A on it. So if you are by something, it will look that up. You can also type in any word and it will find it for you. It is powered by Merriam-Webster. Okay, so that's a really good feature if students are having issues with the words. If you click on those 3 lines again, there's one that says notebook. This will give you any of your, oops, I'm sorry about that. Let's try that again. Go to notebook. This will give you any of the things that you took notes on. Okay. All right. So we're going to actually go out of the ebook. I'll just show you real quickly that we have this thing called a backpack. You'll see it says my name right here, and there's a little picture of a backpack. This is where this is where all of your favorite things are. So think of it as a shopping bag when you go onto Amazon. This is basically what it is. So your notebook will be in here. Anything that you've ever taken notes on would be in here. You can export notes. You can save them to Google Drive. And then where it says file saved, it will open it right in Google Drive. And then you will have a page with all of your notes, which is really nice. It makes it very easy for students to have things in one location. Okay. And then there's also checkouts and requests. So let's go back to the ebook page real quick. So if I saw a book here that I wanted to borrow, I can either have the choice of doing open now or check out. So let's say I want to check this one out. I just click on check out. When I'm ready to return it, I'll show you that in a moment. You can also add books as favorites. So there's a little heart on all of these. You just click on that heart and it adds it to your favorite. So those are just books that we may want to save for later. I'm saying books because this feature is not available for databases, but databases are just able to be used. So I'll probably do another video segment on how to use some of the databases through MackinVIA. Okay. So if you click on your backpack here, if you go under favorites, it will show you any books you have under favorites. Your notebook I've showed you. If you go to checkouts, it will show you any books that you've checked out. When they're already checked out, you can always click on return and it will return it right back. The ebooks return automatically. Students don't have to remember to return them. And then another thing that is asked a lot is, can students read these devices on something like a tablet? Yes, there is a MackinVIA app. If a student has a question about that, I could walk them through it. But it's pretty easy. They just log in through their Google account through the app. Once they have the app added to their phone or their tablet, and then anything that they have already downloaded on a desktop will be there, and they can also download books on their tablet or their phone or whatever right there. They have to have Wi-Fi to actually download the book, but once the book is downloaded, they can read it where they don't have Wi-Fi. So it's pretty easy to use. This is a wonderful program. I really love using it. So if you have any questions, let me know. But that's about it. Hope you have fun using MackinVIA.